Room Sounds production. What up, sound?
Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We are here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking the link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about frenemies. But this week, we're going to talk about love languages with this week's topic, Speak Your Love Language. Please stick around to the end. We need the audience's help in the show, so do not go anywhere, y'all. Before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. Tonight in the Red Room, we have an all-star cast. We have G-Way No Way. We have Angel, and we have Michi. Let's find out how the panel feels about love languages. But before we get started, go ahead and click that button. Where's my co-host? Where's my co-host? Where's my co-host? There him is. Well, there him is.
Not there him.
There him is.
What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? It's Saturday.
Saturday. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, what's going on?
What up, twin? What up, Angel? Welcome to the Red Room, y'all. Of course, we are polite here in the Red Room. So we are going to let the beautiful lady go ahead and introduce herself, and then we'll go ahead over to you, Michi, and then we'll.
My name's The Real Angel. I'm here watching streams. I don't stream. You might catch me in somebody's box. That's about it. Not very interesting.
Wait, that's it, Angel?
That's it.
That was it.
I don't have anything else to say.
Well,
Short and
well,
sweet.
shout out to the room. Shout out to Gin and Juice. Shout out to G-Way. I appreciate you guys for giving me this invite. I feel really, truly honored to be here. This is my second feature show, and I'm feeling real good about this. Maybe I'm doing something right, getting on these shows. So I appreciate you, Jen. I've been watching this show for a little while now, and I've been one of your biggest fans on the show. You've created something. You created something, and I'm all the way with it. I'm Michi. I usually stream around 10 a.m. So try to catch me around 9 a.m. ish. What we do on my stream is pretty much we try to get everybody acquainted for real. We network. We have deep conversations where we bring some substance into the room. We actually start praying for people now in my stream now too. So transitioning, getting a good hand in there. Also, with that being said, I have a brand new show, first show ever, coming June 20th at 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be called Queen's Panel, Classy Never Trashy, where women's answers, perspective, and mindsets will be on showcase while men are controlling the questions. The misconception of men thinking that all women are the same is a myth, and that's the message that we're going about it. But no further ado, I'm going to give it back to Gin and Juice, and we're going to get this party started.
Go ahead, G-Way.
Yeah, if you don't know me, you better get to know me. It's G-Way in LA. I'm here every Saturday with Gin and Juice, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch me on my newly featured show, G-Way's Attacking the Zodiacs, at Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do Laughs from the Throne with Florida on Sunday, Hood Feud on Monday. I got Sports Block on Wednesday with Wancho Number. He's in the comments down there somewhere. And I also do Tales from the Hood on Wednesday with Pit Bully. You can also catch me on King of Diamond Show on Thursdays on Getting Lit, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit the fade button, check the IG, look at the story, because every day I got something on the story, Pull up.
Well, everybody, I am Jen and Juice. I am the hostess with the mostest. You guys can catch me here every what? I gotta hear y'all say it. Saturday.
I can't say it. Saturday.
Y'all can catch me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you can find my newest show with Wancho Number, Future Top Bad Wancho Number. You guys can find us tomorrow at 5 p.m. for Soul Food Sunday. Make sure y'all come in. We talk about, we're a couple who talks about love, life, and life. Make sure y'all come get some food for thought tomorrow at 5 p.m. And then we do game nights on Tuesdays at 7. Who? What?
Mute Michi.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll be not looking at the comments. But then you guys can find me Tuesday nights at 7 for game nights, also with Wancho. And then I do judge the Getting Lit show every Thursday at 9 p.m. with King of Diamonds at number 1 Bubbles. Make sure y'all fave him. But make sure y'all please fave number 2 Bubble and number 3 Bubble. But hit those top 3 bubbles with a favor, right? But other than that, you guys can catch me in the mornings between 9 and till like 9 to 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. If you're looking to break a relationship or simply want to learn how to love your partner in a way they'll better receive, you might be asking yourself, what are the 5 love languages? The truth is that falling in love is often fun and easy, but building and maintaining an intimate relationship involves conscious effort. Understanding and even changing the way you show love to be more in line with the 5 love languages can improve your relationship by aiding in communication and overall satisfaction. The 5 love languages are preferred ways in which we would like to be shown love, and these are preferred ways and preferred methods for receiving emotional nourishment in a relationship. What is important to understand is that we are not limited to identifying with just one love language. Everybody tends to fall a little bit higher on some of them and a little bit lower on some of them. The 5 love languages are acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. The first love language is acts of service. This is a love language where actions speak louder than the words. So basically, acts of service has to do with how well someone takes care of their partner's physical and environmental needs. A person who identifies with this love language appreciates being shown through their partner's actions how much they are cared for. Some of these actions usually include taking something off their plate or going out of your way to do something for them. Examples consist of household chores, taking the kids to school during a busy morning, picking up the dry cleaning, anything actionable with the message being, I care about you. So the first question is, what is your love language and how did you discover it? What is your love language and how did you discover it?
Oh, is that me?
I don't
Like
know
if I like what I like personally?
Yes.
Generally.
What is your love language and how did you discover it?
I just like spending time. Quality time.
Quality time. So how did you discover? Did you actually take the love language quiz, or is this just something you know personally that this is just your?
Oh, I know personally. I didn't take a love language quiz. I just know personally. Like I don't want, like if I have with my man, I don't like want anything from him. Like if he says, "What do you want to do?" I just want to spend time with you, quality time. I don't care if we're sitting in your room and I'm watching you play PlayStation. That's all I want.
Just want to be there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, mine is words of affirmation. I'm a Leo, so I always like my ego stroke. So that's what she said.
Wait, I'm a Leo too, though.
We like our ego stroke. That's what she said. But I found that I took the love language quiz. I actually took the quiz to find that out.
Okay. Michi, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your love language and how did you discover it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. My love language is a little different. Can you be quiet? Like that's my love language. Are you quiet? Like you ever seen them women that just be talking and talking and talking and talking? Listen, man, I need you to quiet down for about an hour and some change. Listen, you doing a lot of talking. I had 16 hours of work, and you want to talk about your day, baby? I had a day too. Okay, like I'm good. I don't want to. Are you good at being quiet? You know what I'm saying? That's a love language of mine. And how did I find that out? Clearly, I've been with a lot of women that just be talking, and I just need y'all to pipe down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my love language. Yeah, that's it right there. That's one of them. Can I tell you all of them? I get into it.
So of the 5, what is your love language? Of the
yeah, be quiet, baby. Be quiet, baby. Be quiet. We having a good time today.
Okay, so definitely not words of affirmation. I see.
Nah, you ain't even. Nah, women. Nah.
So would that be like spending quality time?
Okay, well I'm just gonna ask you this then. Out of acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, or physical touch, of those, what is your love language?
I'll say acts of service. I'll say acts of service because, you know what I mean? Sometimes I like a little, I like to be spoiled a little bit. I'm a provider, so I know giving is one of my favorite traits. You know what I'm saying? Seeing my lady, happy based on whatever it is that I paid attention to within the time frame she told me whatever it is, and I got it for her. That right there is that's a love language to me. Paying attention is a love language, I believe, as well. I'm tired of people trying. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to fail. Pay attention to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of them. So acts of service for me. Get me some food. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so can you explain the importance of love languages in a relationships?
Oh, you go first, Angel.
No, you go first.
Oh, no, first of all, hold on. G-Way, you got to answer. What's
Why you never remember my
I
answer?
don't, because you just be skin to
That is horrible.
I know.
That is so horrible. I went right after
I think
Angel.
I was distracted once he said be quiet. I think I hated all men for a moment. I think
Oh my God.
Information.
Jesus.
He
It's
said,
always me.
Why we
he said,
can't
well,
have
you got
nothing?
information.
Be quiet. That's what I
Thank you,
want you to
Angel.
do.
Okay, but
Thank
can you
you, Angel.
explain their love language's importance in relationships?
It's important. I mean, it's important to know what your partner likes, what they want, what they cater to, what they need, or when they lick their lips and look at the comments. Yeah. Anyway, it's just important to know your partner. At the end of the day, if you don't know your partner, it's definitely not gonna last. It's definitely not gonna last. You run into a world of hurt and trouble, and both of y'all will be clueless because you don't know nothing about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Listening, love languages are important because there'll be a day you walk in the house and you see the gardener in your master bedroom, and you don't know, ain't no grass in there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no grass in there. Ain't no trees. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no weeds in there. So what you doing in there, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Understand what your woman like. Let your woman know what you like. You know what I'm saying? I believe those are very important. Communication is a very big thing. So
fertilizer, putting down fertilizer.
Oh, listen. He fertilizing something. He putting out mulch and all that. He's going crazy. He's going crazy. Listen,
he's putting in some fertilizer for real.
You know what I'm saying? Don't trust the gardener. But yeah, that's my answer to it. It's very, very important. You don't want the gardener in your master bedroom. Hey, look.
Not plowing the fields.
Listen, don't let no buildings being built. Don't let a building be built around your area. They love them some construction workers, all right? So understand your lady, all right? Understand your lady.
Well, so what do you? Can you explain their importance in relationships outside of the pool boy and the gardener and the maid?
I'm saying though, that's the level that it should get to.
I'm talking to
You know what I'm
She
saying?
asking Angel.
I'm asking Angel. I'm just teasing with you.
Oh. I was about to say, boy, don't let me go in there and two in your tops.
Why is it important? I think it's important. So it's a type of communication you and your partner have. I mean, it's important to know what they like so you guys build a connection.
Definitely. I don't know if you got a milkman.
The milkman is iconic.
I was just about to say that.
He's stamped. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like top 3. You got the gardener, the construction man, and the milkman. You might get the mailman. The you know what I mean? The delivery man.
It depends on how many Amazon packages you get a week.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, man. Hey, you deliver that prime on time.
As long as I can get chocolate milk. Somebody gets it. You feel?
Oh man.
So I'm gonna explain. I think I skipped you, didn't I? Oh well. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. My love language is first and foremost it is quality time, then words of affirmation. But I actually have a little I have 3 that are really kind of go pretty closely. Last on the list for me is receiving gifts, which is funny because that is really how I show. Well, we'll get there. But firstly, it is quality time, which is number 1. 2 is words of affirmation, and then physical touch and acts of service are pretty hand in hand, and then receiving gifts is pretty much the lowest on the totem pole for me. Not that I don't like gifts, for y'all in the comments. I mean, really how I receive love, it is really on the lowest of the totem pole for me, because I feel like if you're giving me your time, you're giving me something you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? Time is very precious to me. I've lost a lot of people. So if you can give me your time, you're giving me something that is more precious than gold. Shut up.
Okay, I like that, because I was about to say, I be getting tired. You got to go home. You know what I'm saying? I be getting tired. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Let's be real. If we talking about relationships for real and love languages and whatnot, baby, I need a little bit of required space. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to live under my skin or in my skin, but boo, you know what I'm saying? Go get you some friends or something. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some friends on the weekend and go,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
go
shake
get
that.
me someone for the weekend.
You know what I'm saying? Go shake your little tail feather with you and your friends. A couple little mimosas and stuff like that. I'm waiting for you at the house. But like for me, space and mystery is also something that I'm very attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like leaving me with a question on how what I'm about to do next with you is something that I really like as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the guy that want to tell you to send me nudes, but hey, look, you know what I mean? A little side something, you know what I mean? Do help for the day. But that's just me.
So, why I think that those are important in a relationship is because that's how I receive love. Like, that's not only how I give love, but that's also the way that I receive love. And I think they're important because a lot of people try to love people in their love language instead of watching and learning and listening their partner's love language and then wonder why they have problems. You're so busy trying to love them in your love language instead of learning your partner's. And you really have to watch and pay attention to how your partner receives love versus how you receive love. But if y'all are just pulling up, it's okay. We have so much more to come. You can find us every Saturday on the Red Room Talk at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just discussed what is your love language and how did you discover it. But the second love language is receiving gifts. For those who love languages, receiving gifts, they feel most special when receiving a heartfelt physical representation of how much a person loves you. It may sometimes be confused as materialistic, but it is truly the thought that counts after all. It's more than the meaning of the gift and not of the price tag. It's about the gift being a symbol of how well they know you, how much I like you and listen to you. Gifts can be small things like flowers or candy, or bigger things like fancy jewelry or a car. At the end of the day, giving a gift is about really demonstrating your love for somebody by giving them something you know they would appreciate. So the next question is, do you think it's necessary for partners to have the same love language? Do you think
I want somebody just like me. No. I want somebody just like me, honestly, because I only could deal with me. So I don't want to misconfuse who I'm gonna be dealing with based on some confusion that I might have later on. If you're just like me, then all the extra is just something. Like I said, it's a mystery to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to find that part out. But you got to be just like me. I attract a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, I can't just be with someone that is insecure, not confident, not able to stand 10 toes in a room full of other women that might just be attracted to me. I can't be in a room where the woman that I'm with can't control a conversation. Like, but that's just me.
Okay. I don't think it's important. I mean, do you want somebody who's just like you? Because usually when you have people who are just like you, that's when you clash.
That's a question to me. I mean, this is the thing with someone that's just like me. I know what I'm getting. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have to cut corners. I'm not gonna have to sugarcoat what I'm gonna have to say. I'm not gonna sugarcoat what the things that I'm gonna need, because at that point, right now, I'm just as comfortable with her as she is just as comfortable with me. You see what I'm saying? So, for me, it's an important thing for someone to be just like me. I be in the crib sometimes, and I'll just be like, woo, 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 woo. I need a chick to laugh and say woo, 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 woo back or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be in the crib having fun by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I need somebody just like me. Like, I can't. You in the crib, I'm playing the game. You don't want to try to play the game. You don't want to play the game. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be with somebody that just isn't like me. I'm sorry.
G-Way.
Yeah. No, it's not important. I agree with Angel on this one. I don't want nobody that's just like me. Nah, dealing with me is enough. I'm straight. I need somebody that's going.
I get on my own. Okay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that person that's different from me, that's kind of opposite of me. You know, like help take me to do something I never would have thought of doing. You know, come with an idea that I would have never thought of having. You know, let's experience some stuff together that we both haven't did. I just want I want her to be the best her for me, not be me, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I disagree with that. I don't think that's important.
Oh, look at God.
It was too wet.
Look at God. No, I'm just kidding.
Come back, Peachy.
Okay, so the second part of the question is, can your love language change over time or in different relationships?
Depending on who you're with.
Maybe so. Over time, because as you get older, you change. But mature, I don't know about, yeah, exactly, mature. But I don't know about with different relationships.
I don't know if he's going to come back or if we need someone to jump in.
That's what she said.
Okay. Well, we're going to add somebody in anyways. How about that?
All right.
Hey!
So,
do you think it's necessary for partners to have the same love language?
I don't think it's necessary to have the same love language as it is to understand the other person's love language. Like he was talking about, you know, he wants someone just like him. I don't want someone that's just like me. Like, yeah, have those similarities where, you know, like how he was talking about he being able to laugh and have that sense of humor. Yeah, those things are important. But I want you to also have your own mindset. Because if we thinking of like on everything, how are we supposed to, you know, elevate if we're not thinking outside the box? We're on the same page as far as like wavelength of thinking, and then we want something bigger. How are we supposed to come to something bigger if we're thinking exactly alike? I want someone that's going to feed me and I'm going to feed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We should be helping each other elevate, and if we're thinking the same thing, we're not going to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So the other part is, can love languages change over time or in different relationships?
I definitely think they could change over time. The very first time I was introduced to love languages was actually at a job. And this was probably, what, six or 7 years ago.
Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulty. Sorry, y'all.
Right.
And so the job, like, they presented me this book because I was a regional manager. They wanted me to know how to engage with the people that were underneath me, you know. And so when they presented it to me, I'm like, what does this even have to do with, you know, employees? But everybody receives things differently. So, you know, one person might want a $50 gift certificate or whatever for doing really well at work, while another person might just want an attaboy. You know what I'm saying? So you having to learn that. So at that point in time, I want to say it was words of affirmation was my number one, and then it was quality. But then over time, it switched. So now it's quality time, and then words of affirmation, and then physical touch, and so on and so on.
Right. Tempted to touch.
So, do I think it's necessary for partners to have the same love language? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I'm actually, the way that I show love is the lowest on my totem pole. I actually love to give gifts as the way that I show my love is giving gifts, primarily. I won't say always, definitely quality time too, but I love giving gifts. Like, I get super excited if I know there's something you really truly love. Sending, you know, so I know it's your favorite football team, or if I know that you know, you have a favorite candy, or it could be something really simple even, but that's like, I love to send someone, especially a special gift that has something to do with what you love. So I don't feel like that you have to have the same love language. And can love languages change over time or in different relationships? Oh, most definitely, because of how your partner receives love might be different from your last partner, because not all of my partners have liked the same thing, and I know my, ex, he liked gifts, and he likes quality time and words of affirmation. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that all your partners are going to have the same love language either. So it's going to change over time too, because I've known people who have taken the test and realized that throughout the years that their love language has changed. So there's that too.
Hey, y'all don't like to argue? Nobody on this panel like to argue? Get a little feisty?
That's
shit. Well, I like that shit. That shows me a different side of you too. You know what I'm saying? How do we argue? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know all types of shit with you. I don't want to be second guess. Sorry. I don't want to be second guessing anything with you. I'm sorry, Ma. I know you're watching, but I don't want to second guess. I don't want to second guess. I want to know what makes you upset. I want to know what makes you happy. I want to know what makes you sad, because these are the things when it comes along. I don't
feel like you have to argue to know what makes you upset. I feel like you can voice those things before you even get into an argument. Because I'm going to tell you,
I'm a little toxic. I'm a little toxic.
You're definitely a little toxic.
I want you to be like, yo, shut up sometimes.
That's definitely a
lot. Tell me shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you bugging out sometimes. Like, yo, you bugging. Like, nah, but see, that's the thing though. Like, I feel like we shy away from these things that actually make us human.
And this is the thing, you don't have to argue. I don't think you have to argue just to get your point across. Now,
I like a little banter.
I
like a little going back and forth.
We have banter, but we don't have to yell.
Yeah, like banter. Like, all right, so maybe I'm using the wrong word as an aggressive.
Because arguing is when you're like,
all right, so cool.
You don't ever do this, and then that's arguing.
We
might talk some mess and be like, boy, I'm a bust your muffin cap back blue just so I know he's gonna do something to me later. That's different, but that's banter. That's not arguing. Arguing is when you're speaking in an angry tone to get your point across instead of actually having a discussion. You can effectively have a discussion versus an argument. An argument is where you're actually fighting each other, not the problem.
It happens. It happens.
But hold on.
Like, come on, like it happens. Like, let's be real here. We did not have all successful relationships. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all successful relationships, because if that's the case, you would still be in them.
I don't think it's so much about we're trying to say that we have a successful relationship, all the time or anything like that. You're glorifying arguing like it's like this great thing. And while we're saying that, we argue, but we don't enjoy arguing.
I mean,
you enjoy arguing. I don't enjoy arguing.
Right.
Like,
I enjoy it. I enjoy it a little bit, like, because there's days.
But that's not a love language. So anyway,
to be truly honest, let's be real. There's days that you don't know in the beginning of your stages of your relationships that this person handles certain things differently. There are certain triggers within certain things that you do within beginning of relationships that happen.
But that's why you ask those hard questions in the beginning, so it doesn't turn into an argument. You don't have to argument.
Let me finish real quick. Because the message is behind the message I'm trying to put is that we try to shy away from the fact that things happen in relationships where we have to find them out sometimes through that little argument, through that little banter. Because at the end of the day, to be truly honest, we don't know who we really dealing with until we're really dealing with that person. I believe in phases in relationships. There are different phases in relationships. We got the 90-day sprint where everything is glorified and it's lit. And then when it's 180 days, you have a problem in your family. Now I got to learn how to deal with you with that. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes
don't contradict yourself. Don't contradict yourself. You want your right. But I gotta go back. I gotta go back to what you said though. You said you want yourself. You should know all that. You should know all that. If you want somebody just like you, my brother, you should know all that.
You don't know nobody's anger until it's out there, bro. That's one thing people hide all the time. Let's be really real here.
But that's why you have to learn your person.
I can't make you mad until I make you mad, and then I don't know what makes you mad. Let's be real. People aren't coming out saying, yo, this is what makes me mad. No.
Hold on. I'm the host here. Hold on. So, listen. I had to learn this man in all seasons, but I didn't have to argue with him to learn where his anger was rooted from. I didn't have to argue with him. You sit and watch people. Watch them when they're in the line at the grocery store. Watch them when they're impatient for time. Watch them when they have to wait for something. Watch them when things doesn't go right. You don't have to argue with them to see where his anger is rooted from, because that anger is going to be geared towards me. I don't want to see what your anger is like geared towards me. Now, doesn't mean that we're ever going to be angered at each other, but the thing is to be angered at the problem, not at the person. But if y'all are just pulling up,
so then I'm not saying argue with the person.
You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Red Time. We got to move because we do have a time limit, y'all. We just discussed what's your love language and how do you discover it. Do you think it's necessary for partners to have the same love language? Or do love languages change in different relationships? The third love language is quality time, my favorite. Quality time refers to uninterrupted focus or time together with no distractions. It's about prioritizing that time together and truly giving your partner your attention, connecting on an emotional level, actively listening, and being engaged. It's often helpful to plan these instances of quality time. I suggest setting up a calendar invitation for your partner or building that time into your weekly schedule. It can be anything from going out to dinner to a game night to watching a movie together. Are you sure? Anyways, the next question is, Lord have mercy, listen, twins. Although we twins, but we is woo. Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages? Because Lord have mercy on my soul, there's a difference in this life right now. Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages? I deserve a dragon for pain and suffering. Can I just say that if anybody out there, I do babysit dragons on Saturday for free. So right now I feel like I'm dealing with pain and suffering. I'm going to call the court and law. So yeah. Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages? Oh, don't speak at once now.
I don't know. It's clear I'm about to get a petition to not be on this show no more. So I'm gonna wait my turn.
That's one thing about this show. We all have. But this is the thing, Michi. I know what my show is about. I'm going to stop just for a moment so I can talk about this. I'm teasing with you. This is the reason why I do this show, because we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. It doesn't matter if you have differences of opinion, but all at the core of all of us, we all want to love and to be loved, correct? So that's why I do this show, to show that we are all different. We all have differences of opinions, but at the end, we all have a commonality. So I'm just teasing with you, I'm just talking mess, because that's what I do. You're a Virgo, you have the same birthday, so you should know that we just talk mess. But I still value your opinion. I still value everything you have to say. It's just different than mine. And it doesn't matter, because at the same time, we all have commonalities. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Because why you getting me Fashion Nova and I don't wear no Fashion Nova? My acts of service, you gotta pay attention to me. Why are you doing that? You should have just bought me some polo socks. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing this to me? You know them Fashion Nova jeans only last 2 weeks. They last 2 weeks. Like, come on, let's be real here. Like, why would you buy me candy and I don't like candy? Like, come on, like you're doing too much. Well, those be my problems. I don't know about your problems, but 10%. Those be my problems.
10%. And I want to hear from Juancho next, just because I need a little light in my life right now.
I'm still stuck trying to listen to my man. So he said, "Why got me Fashion Nova?" Like, that's wild. But no, I have had been with someone where like the quality time, they didn't really understand that aspect. It was more about I don't know what the word would be for it, but basically it was where this individual they wanted me to value their time, but they didn't want to value my time. Like everything was on their accord, whatever, and everything else. They had kids, but I have kids. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm like setting aside time and I'm, making this opportunity for us to do something, they didn't want to reciprocate that. You know what I'm saying? It was always on their schedule, how they wanted it, when they wanted it, and if I didn't do it their way, then it was an issue. So I would say the quality time aspect was like that really.
Sorry, I was.
Are you okay?
Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages, Angel?
I think when I was younger, my ex, his love language was quality time, and I did not want that. We were actually married, but he was like more like he wanted to be there all the time, and that was just not happening. I want to go to I'm gonna go to the store shopping. I mean, I really wouldn't shop. I'd come back with like 2 things, but like he always wanted me to go everywhere with him, and that would make me so damn mad. He wanted me to go watch him fish. Oh, darn mad.
I like fishing, actually.
I don't like fishing. At like 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 a.m., you get up.
That's time to go. That's time to go.
That's the best
time. Before that sun comes out beaming, baby.
Yeah.
That's time to go.
That's when they biting you. Yeah.
I like to get up early. That was my by yourself. Favorite memories growing up.
No, you go by yourself. It'll be more quiet without me there.
Wow.
So have you experienced challenges, G-Way?
Yeah, definitely. Recent relationship, pretty much, when I'm with somebody, I like to spoil them, and her love language just happened to be receiving gifts. So she was getting her needs met, but for some reason, like, she just, in her mind, like, she could never fix her mouth to say, like, yo, I appreciate you, I value you, or like she had a problem like dealing with emotions or expressing herself. So it really just was a train wreck. It didn't last long at all.
So
I know I'll be joking around. Let me add this one little bit right here. So everybody talked about their something personal. So I experienced it in a way where I'm gonna have to take accountability, right? I messed up one of my relationships where I did not pay attention to her love language. You know what I'm saying? And that caused a lot of fuel in that. And that was somebody that I thought, physically, mentally, that I was, I got the right person. So what ended up happening was I wasn't listening. And then within the transition of not listening, I had to learn that my communication skills was really off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take that route as far as like taking accountability and knowing that, you know what, I messed up and I didn't pay attention to that person's love language, and that's what caused a lot of turmoil and what we had going on.
So for me, a challenge for me is like words of affirmation is like one of my biggest love language, and for me is like always been the one that I've always had the most problem receiving also, because even though it's like I love receiving it, but it's also I've never been, I won't say never, but I've mostly been with people who that's not the way they show love. And for me also, in this shit right now. I also, so serious. I also have had where someone actually like really, just didn't receive, anything well. Like I would run in circles, buy gifts, give compliments, all those things, and they just couldn't, receive them things very well. So it was like, the differences in that of like, I can all day say nice things till I'm blue in the face, but it's all about what, works for you. So if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You can find us here every Saturday on the Red Room Talk at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You haven't missed it all. We still have more to discuss. We just discussed what is your love language and how did you discover it? Do you think it's necessary for partners to have the same love language? Can love languages change over time or in different relationships? Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love language? But the fourth love language is words of affirmation, one of my favorites. One way to define words of affirmation would be words of appreciation or words of praise. It's any sort of verbal or even written communication that shows your partner how much they are loved and why. Think about how to give somebody words of affirmation that are about their being, that have to do with their personal qualities that this person brings, how generous they are, how kind they are, how smart they are, how flexible they are, how gentle, kind, or compassionate they are. Leaving notes for them in their work bag, my personal favorite, giving them thoughtful cards just because, and taking the time to verbally acknowledge the things about their partner that they are grateful for and the things that you love about them. So my next question is, which love languages do you find most fulfilling to receive? Are there any love language that you find particularly challenging to express or receive?
Ask that one more again.
Which love language do you find most fulfilling to receive? Are there any love languages that you find particularly challenging to express or receive?
Words of affirmation would be most easiest to receive. That's my love language. The most challenging, I don't know. I'm lost on that part. I don't know which one would be the most challenging in my opinion. Probably the gifts. The gifts probably what I say would be the most challenging because you don't want to spoil somebody that don't deserve to be spoiled.
Well, obviously, I said mine's is quality. I like spending quality time, but when words of affirmation, I have a hard time receiving that. Like, I have to learn how to be like, oh, thank you. Like, when people, I'm like, oh. I think me and Jen talked about this a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I have to agree with Angel on that. The words of affirmation sometimes it's hard for me to receive because, like, when someone's giving the affirmations, then you always got those people in the background that might contradict those affirmations, and so then you're questioning, like, do they really mean that, or are they just saying that? Are they saying that to everybody? Am I really this? You know what I mean? Like, you start to question whether or not that's for real, or if it's, genuine or not, or if it's just to save face. Like I'll give you an example. Oh, you should be top badge, but then they don't be around, nowhere to be found.
Preach.
All right. So appreciate the love. So for me, the most challenging to receive would be physical touch, because that little thing I like. Some women don't know how to do that little thing I like. You know what I'm saying? The little twist of the arm and then all that. They don't know how to do that. So it'd be hard to try to find somebody that know how to do that for me the way I like to do that. So it'd be physical touch for me. The other one would be, words of affirmation. Words of affirmation might come easily for me because of the energy that I put out. And I don't know. I'm keen to an ear. I'm open to hear something. I'm open to listen to something, and I'm open to trying to figure out what it is that I need to figure out. So that's it for me.
The love language that I find most fulfilling to receive. More than quality time is definitely words of affirmation because, and it's not because I need like my ego stroked, but sometimes it's just nice to hear. I get compliments on here all day long, like you're beautiful, you're sexy, you're this, you're that, but it doesn't matter until it comes from my partner. Like, and I can tell you a lot of the times it might just be the moment, like and it usually comes at the right time. Like, you look really beautiful tonight. It might be on a day that I'm feeling really ugly. It might be at a moment when I'm in the middle of a show that I don't want to be on. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, you know what, you're doing great. You're beautiful. It might just be that, you know what I'm saying, at that exact moment in the chat. It could be that at that exact moment. Are there any love languages that I find particularly challenging to express or receive? I would say I don't know. I think I'm good at all of them. I'm pretty sure at all of them. Ding. But to receive, which also words of affirmation also is sometimes hard to receive because you feel like, are you being are you truly saying this because you mean it, or is it not, or is it are you saying it because, are you saying it just because, like, you think that I want to hear that? Do you feel what I'm saying? Are you saying it because you really believe it to be true? Are you saying it because, you know, you just want to say something to make me feel like you really care? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know that you're saying it because you really want to say those things and you really believe it to be true. And then I think that's kind of really it. And physical touch sometimes is difficult, only because, like, for instance, like back rubs and stuff like that, like I have to really like be close to you, like to allow you to just touch me in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So physical touch, like, even as far as even sexual, I have to be in love with you for you to even touch me. I will not even be turned on by you by not even the slightest. So anyway, if y'all are just pulling up, you're probably grateful, but that's okay. You can find us here every Saturday on the Red Room talking at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You haven't missed everything. We still have a little more to discuss. And it is a little, never mind, I'm just going to leave it alone because I really want to say so much right now. That's okay. We just discussed what your love language is and how did you discover it. Do you think it's necessary for your partners to have the same love language? Can love languages change over time or in different relationships? You know, I really just want to go there right now. And I'm going to not.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Have you ever experienced challenges in relationships due to differences in love languages? Finally, which love language do you find most fulfilling to receive? And I really just want to lose my shit right now on a fucking featured show. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you got it. We're almost there.
The last love language is physical touch. If you feel comfortable, loved, and secure when you're physically connected to your partner, then physical touch might be your primary love language. It is about using your body to express connection and love. Actions include things beyond sexual intimacy, like making an active effort to hold hands, kiss, hug, snuggle on the couch, give a massage, or anything else you and your partner enjoys in terms of physical touch. Physical touch sometimes can be risky, though, in the sense that for it to be well received, it has to be appropriate, it has to be timely, and it has to be of the intensity and of the kind that your partner likes and appreciates. Next question is, and the last one before the hot seat, do you believe that understanding your partner's love language is crucial for a successful relationship? What advice would you give to someone trying to communicate their love language to their partner? So first, do you believe that understanding your partner's love language is crucial for a successful relationship?
Yes, most definitely.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
That's a style of communication. So it's definitely important to know it.
Yeah, know your partner. Learning your partner. If you don't know your partner or learn your partner, then you really don't care about your partner.
I agree.
Want you?
I agree with that because I would say that most often, not a lot of times nowadays, that people don't even take the time to even really get to know their partner, and then they jump into something with them, and then all hell breaks loose, and they don't understand why. They didn't take that time to dig a little bit deeper, peel those layers back to understand that person in their full capacity.
Oh, Michi.
What advice would you give to someone trying to communicate their love language to their partner?
Wancho, you go first.
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry. I was distracted by the room, but go ahead.
Honey.
You got it.
Wait, can y'all hear me? Or am I too loud back there?
Too loud back there.
It's too loud? All right, so mute me real quick.
Go ahead. Okay, I really just want to end this shit right now.
Yeah, almost there.
Okay, what advice would you give someone to try to communicate their love language to their partner?
What advice I give someone? Man, that's a good question. I mean, I don't even know where. Go ahead. Someone else answer that first.
I would say, in my opinion, my advice I would give to them: listen. Don't always talk. Listen. That's the best advice I could give to somebody like that dealing with that. Listen. If you don't listen, it's definitely not gonna work. Listen. Open your ears, close your mouth, and listen.
Well, just pay attention too, because
Yeah. Definitely.
Paying attention to your partner, that's how you're gonna learn their love language. They're not gonna tell you. Well, some people may, but.
Yeah, and I would say more than just you have to, and just instead of just listening, you have to listen to understand. Because sometimes people just listen to hear, and they might not even be grasping or comprehending what you're saying.
Yeah, or listen to reply.
Yeah.
Jenny, we're gonna make it.
I do believe that understanding your partner's love language is crucial for a successful relationship because that's how they receive love. That's how they feel loved. It isn't always about saying I love you. It's about do you actually feel loved? Right.
No, I was listening to you. I'm sorry.
What advice would I give someone trying to communicate their love language to their partner? Listen and learn. Listen and learn. Listen and learn. Actually, take heed to what your partner says to you. Listen to what they're saying.
Can I answer now? Or you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, how to communicate that with your partner? To be truly honest. I'm gonna take something that Lord just said, and that's something to always be kind. Always remember that. You might have to always be kind.
Always.
You know what I mean?
That means anytime, anywhere, right?
Yeah, anytime, anywhere. Okay. You just don't know, because for me, I've learned very young that women control the conversation while men control the response. And very seriously, I've understood that. When women talk, sometimes we have to really pay attention and listen. Even if that means that you have to ask again and then ask her to say it clearer the next time for you. Is it very important to understand that your love language is going to be crucial in that relationship moving forward? Yes. Two things. One, I don't want to make a mistake of allowing another man to take the position that I've believe that I worked so hard for. Second thing too, I don't want to be in a position where I'm lost in the fact that the person that I'm with is showing me another side of them that I'm not accepting or I'm not ready for. Because like I said earlier, relationships has different phases in them. So if I can understand the phase that I'm in right now with you and we can get through it, then that to me is ultimate success in a relationship. And that's my answer.
Understanding and implementing love languages in your relationship helps to guarantee that you or your partner are going to feel more satisfied in the relationship. So if both people understand their own love language and their partner's love language, they are going to feel more taken care of and more satisfied because they are going to see the way their partner shows love and appreciate that. And then they're going to see their way their partners strives to show them love the way they want to be shown love, and they are going to appreciate that even more. Thank God. When you hear that sound, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. Our hot seat question is left up to the fate of the audience. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what the hell they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be asked and answered on the next week's episode, please go to my Instagram to submit a question, okay? Do that. Oh, shit. Next week's episode, make sure you go to my profile, click that icon, and follow me on Instagram right now. Not now, but right now, okay? Now is the time to enter in the comments who y'all want to answer this week's question. Please, Lord, do it now. All of y'all in the questions and the comments, please answer who you want to answer this week's hot seat question.
Uh-oh.
Angel, how about that? Angel.
You felt more Michi than anything.
No. Angel came through at the end.
This week someone wrote in and asked, do you have a love language not listed, and explain?
Say that one more time for me. I'm sorry.
Angel. This week someone wrote in and asked, do you have a love language not listed? Please explain.
To be honest, no, I don't think so, because I'm so very laid back and relaxed. Like, I don't require much. I don't really want you to get me gifts. It's not required. Is it appreciated when you do? Yeah. But no, just the quality time is like the most to me. Like, I want to see you. I want to talk to you. Like, even if it's over the phone, that's still quality time to me. You know? Well, a FaceTime conversation.
So I'm going to go ahead and answer this question too, because it's my show. But I have a couple love languages that are not listed. One is music. If you send me a song, I promise you I will forget it. I will never forget it for the rest of my life. Your name will always be attached to that song. And then also food. Feed me, okay? Feed me. That is a love language all on its own. And I love cooking for someone. That to me is a way that I show love in a huge way. I love to cook for someone. I love to make my man his plate and bring it to him and serve him and to watch him eat it. You know what I'm saying? That to me is, I love to, watch my man enjoy the meal that I prepared for him. You know what I'm saying? So that is a huge love language for me also. But if y'all are just pulling up, this has been the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at Standard Time. It is almost over, thank God. Tonight's topic was speak your love language. You're definitely late, but do not fret. You can find us every week on YouTube, which you can find by clicking that icon in my profile and subscribing. But now I would like to wrap up the show like I do every week with a quote that kind of brings us to a place of healing or just kind of to a close. But this week's quote is, love has a language all on its own. When you speak with your heart, no words are needed. VVJ. Thank you guys all for being here on the Red Room. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But yeah, go ahead and give your outros and then I can smoke.
Fave me. That's my outro. Fave me. GWNOA. That's it. That's it.
Yo, it's Michi. Like I said, thank you, Gin and Juice, for the honor. I appreciate being on this show. I'm sorry for my technical difficulties and things of that nature. I'm doing a lot today. It's Saturday night, and it's my first day off in a long time. So I'm outside. Catch me at 10 a.m.s, 11 a.m.s on your weekdays. I don't really try to stream too much on the weekends. We got my first show coming up, the Queen's Panel, June 20th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Classy, never trashy. We're going to talk about a few things in there, and it's going to be a little spicy in there, too. And that's it for me. Oh, fave me. Yeah, don't forget to do that.
Go ahead, you.
Okay. My name's The Real Angel. I'm not a streamer. You could just catch me in people's streams, mostly Jen's. I'm here a lot. Wancho, you know.
Gang gang.
I might show up in your stream.
I want your number. I just pop in to just be a part of the panel today. But you can catch me every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the feature show Pour It On. You catch me on Sundays with Gin and Juice for Soul Food Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on Tuesday for game night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, also with Gin and Juice. And you can catch me on Wednesday with your co-host G-Ware No Way for Sports Block. Make sure, hey, y'all fellas, make sure y'all pull up.
Definitely, fellas.
And definitely what they said, fave me. We working on 5K. I'm out.
I know you lying.
No, he told the truth. He said he was out.
Well, I am the host, Jen and Juice. You guys can find me here every Saturday. And then every Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday and other days of the week. But please, go save those top 3 bubbles. And thank God it's over. Goodbye. I'm going to play a song.
Hold on, you gotta say it like you know, a nice little ditty.
Aquano Sounds Production. What up, sound?